Jamal Malone joins us now on WGN Radio. Hi, Jamal. Welcome to the show.
Hi, John. Thank you for having me.
You know, we're talking about Christmas here a little bit, and I said there's one group during, not Christmas, but at least during this COVID crisis, that, and maybe Christmas too, that I don't think we've been thinking enough about. And so let's talk a little bit about that. Your organization, the Ada S. McKinley Community Services Organization, what do you all do, Jamal?
So, John, thank you, and I want to thank WGN for having us. But our organization, we're a human service and educational organization where we have a wide array of services across 3 different states: mental health services, child development and youth services, including educational programs, and we work with adults through workforce development, and we serve people with disabilities as well.
You and I talked the other day about foster care. You're involved in that, right?
Absolutely. Under our child development and youth services, we have our foster care program, and we've seen a 33% increase since prior to COVID-19, where 33% in the number of referrals for foster care children have come into our agency.
You're getting more requests for somebody to take in a foster child now than ever? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And why is that? I'm trying to figure out what the connection between COVID and the need for more kids to be placed is. What's going on there?
So for the holiday season especially, we've got a huge push where we're asking families to open up their hearts and open up their homes to take in foster children as a long-term foster care parent. And what we usually see is when there's a case or referral of a child that comes in to DCFS and into the child welfare system, typically we try to keep children in as close to their natural home environment as possible. So what we do is we'll work with maybe relatives or other family members, extended family members, to try to open their homes on a temporary basis to work with the children. But COVID-19 has created a dynamic where family members that may have been able to take a child or an extended family member of that child on in the past are not able to do so, whether it be due to loss of employment, whether it be the increased need for being able to stay at home with the child while there's a stay-at-home order, or even just having the proper precautions and necessary items for health and safety with COVID-19 itself.
So then how is my home any different? I guess, though, if you said the child you're going to place in my home is COVID-free and I'm COVID-free, and we can certainly test for that, then you could safely put that child there. But some of the transient situations that they would be living in the past, we can't have that. That's just too risky, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you asked about your home environment, so that's a great place to start. So there are a lot of folks that might be empty nesters that may have different resources than someone that's a family member that may be struggling a little bit more financially or just lost their job. And we see many of our newer folks that are coming in that might have been recently retired and have some bit of financial stability where they're able to take on a child and open up their heart and their home and take in one of our children.
I think people love the idea. They don't want to do it. They're afraid. They're afraid that the child that comes into their home is going to be disruptive, maybe abusive, maybe vandalize the home or steal from them or not play safely with the other children. What do you say about those concerns?
Yeah, I'll say a couple of things. One, there's a big misnomer around the children in the system. Typically, when there's a child that has been impacted and has been taken out of the home, where we usually see more of the issues is with the parents. And so now that those parents, the child has been removed from those parents, a child is placed in a different environment. And with the right care and then the resources that we provide as an agency, you'll hear that some of our licensed long-term family members that have come into our program through the training that we receive, and then now that we've moved things to COVID-19 friendly, where we're doing a lot more with social distancing and using technology, we've been able to mitigate a number of those circumstances and situations. And in some cases, we found that parents feel that our training has helped them become an even better parent, and they wish they had the resources that we provided when maybe they were parenting their own children when their children were younger.
What's the age for which you have the greatest need? That is, families to take in kids of what age?
We match each child individually with each individual family, so there's no rhyme or reason or target group right now. We're seeing children of all ages up through age 21 to come in to our system, and in some cases we see sibling groups. And we always like to try to keep sibling groups together where possible, obviously.
Yeah.
But really, this is more about finding the right match for the family that is interested in this. And we've got this huge holiday appeal, and I want to thank you again, John, because with our appeal, we're seeing an increase in the number of folks expressing interest in either donating to our agency or signing up to take our training. Because when you take the training and orientation class, there's no commitment. You just start going through the background check process.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah,
and learn more about the problem.
This is a free training and orientation class. If you're just even that much interested, just find out about this. They're not going to throw anybody, a child in with a family or a family with a child until we make sure everybody's compatible, and you need to find out if it's for you. So the first step is certainly a no-obligation orientation. Now, one of the people that went through that is on line 7. Am I going to hit that button, Producer Elif, or you will? That's Sandra. Hi, Sandra. You're on WGN. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning. Who did you take in one child? How many kids?
I have one.
And how old is that child?
8 years old.
How long have you had? Are you able to share the name of that child with us?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's. I wasn't sure about that. How long have you had that child in your home?
For over 4 months, almost 5 months now.
Yeah, Jamal connected us. So Jamal, Sandra here is an example of what we're talking about, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Sandra's a perfect example and advocate for what we're doing. And she's been a huge ambassador to our program to help match potential parents with children, and she's highlighting and alleviating some of the fears that folks may have just from calling the number and checking out the orientation class.
So what's your relationship like with this little boy or girl, Sandra? Just talk to me a little bit about this child.
My child has, when she came into my home, trust issues, timid, wasn't open. As time went past, her heart opened. She's a normal little girl. She's doing normal little girl things. I'm having a great time with her, and she's happy, and I'm happy.
So then what's the what happens in this case, Jamal? Does the child stay with Sandra forever, or is it an indefinite, foster situation? What's the future here?
Sure. Foster care is designed to be temporary. We do want, where there's any case to reestablish permanency or adoption, those are always options until we look at the next stage. But for our licensed long-term foster care parents, we're really looking for folks that can have on a temporary, maybe extended basis to allow children to come into their home where they can share love. And then if it works where there is an adoption or a next step, then that's fine as well. But we always want permanency so that we can establish structure and longevity with a child coming into any home. And at the end, all children, hopefully, I've got 3 sons myself, the hope is at some point they all leave the house, right?
Yeah, right. Right.
And then we've given them the tools so that they can leave and survive and thrive in the world. Now, a lot of times they boomerang, right? But, we want to create a situation that at age 21, they're prepared for life.
I have about a minute left, guys, but then, Sandra, does your daughter then attend school, or son, this child that you're with? And are they doing it from your place, or are they going into the school?
Remote learning.
Yeah. Did you have, or do you have the technology, the computers and Wi-Fi and things for them to study at home?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. What about that as a challenge for people, Jamal?
Well, this is where we come in as a resource. We're able to provide technology if it's not provided by the schools, and we work on a customized basis with whatever the child needs and the family needs to provide those resources, whether it be financial, technical, training, or other life and health needs.
I just think everybody went out and got a dog. Everybody's talking about how we're coping with the holidays or the COVID crisis, and I thought there's children out there. I mean, you all pointed this out to me who who need care and who are suddenly falling through the cracks. If you want to do what Sandra did, if you want to do what Jamal is advocating for, what's the website to go to, Jamal?
The website is adasmckinley.org.
Yeah.
And go into services, and there's a button, a box you can check that says you're interested in learning more. Hit send, or I'll give a phone number. We've set up a hotline, 773-602-2660, extension 3243. That's 773-602-2660, extension 3243, to express interest in learning more. Or you can donate to help us provide more services at that same website, adasmckinley.org.
Sandra, thank you for doing what you're doing. I appreciate you joining us today.
Okay, thank you.
You have a good day. And Jamal, I'll repeat that information after the news. Folks can write it down again, all right?
John, thank you so much.
Jamal Malone is the CEO of the Ada S. McKinley Community Services.